we are going to alight upon one Declan Rice. Lovely guy. I know Declan, interviewed him on a number of occasions and is now absolutely excelling in an Arsenal shirt. We'll get to just how well he's been playing of late in just a second, but well do we remember a couple of years back in this very studio, a certain Graeme Souness speaking about Declan Rice.
You know, if you're looking for a top midfield player, forget the top, let's say a top midfield player, I don't believe he has enough cute passing in him to be that. I think he'd be a really good guy. That'd be great to work with. Extremely athletic, senses danger. So he's got that part of a central midfield player's game. He's got that, so he can get himself into a position where the guys you're playing against want to find a strike or make a cute pass. He knows that, and not everyone can get that. So he's got that instinctively. What he doesn't have is a cute and clever passes when he gets in the last third. I think he's a little bit of predictable when he gets on the ball. I'm not sure if that's something you can develop. I think that's something you've got or you've not got. I mean, there's no doubt it'd be an asset to whoever takes him. I mean, he's and I bet he's a great boy to work with. And this is not a criticism. You know, we're talking about someone been worth 100 million quid. But for me, the top midfield players have what he has and have the cuteness of play further up the field and they score goals. And they create chances.
Yeah.
His record is 204 games, 10 goals, 10 assists.
What a difference 3 years can make. 2 or 3 years, not least to that studio and how we look nowadays.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything controversial about what Graeme said there. I think that was the information that was available at the time. And I think there was a lot of questions about Declan Rice. I remember watching him for England, sideways and back, sideways and back, sideways and back, sideways and back. So when you're dealing with the situation that Graeme was referring to, do I think that Graeme was right? And a lot of we said that, yeah. Do I think that Declan Rice has a clever ball in him, like someone like a Pirlo? No, I don't. But do I think he's a great footballer and a great, given that they've got Zubamendi now in the team that enables him to get further forward? Yeah, of course.
I mean, has he evolved into a top midfielder?
Yeah, but Graeme was talking about a certain aspect of his game that potentially we still haven't yet seen, which is that clever ball. Danny Murphy thinks he's got it in him, which is the clever ball around the corner that other players can't see. The Kevin De Bruyne effect. Do we think he's got a Kevin De Bruyne outlook? No, he's a powerful and very, very strong footballer that drives people forward. There's an element of sort of Steven Gerrard about him in terms of pulling the team forward. But I don't disagree with a lot of what Graeme said there. Because in context, in 2023, despite the best endeavours of the producers to create some narrative around Graeme.
Steady yourself.
One person who knows what...
He did say in that he wasn't sure that he's going to develop in the fashion that he should.
He's not sure. So
we went on to see those two memorable free kicks against Real Madrid.
But that's a free kick.
He's a set-piece king.
That's a free kick.
3 assists and 2 goals in his first 10 league games.
There's a part of me that thinks that footballers that can't kick with both feet should be had up under the Trade Descriptions Act, because that's what they should be able to do. And the fact that he can deliver a corner in, and a top footballer should be able to do it, and too many times they get away of not being able to do it. So he's doing his job at a high level. A £100 million footballer, let's have it right, that's what he should be able to do. The fact he's doing it, and we set our standards so low that people don't do it, and when someone does do it, we laud them and applaud them. Is he a good player? Yeah. Is he a powerful part of Arsenal's team, and will they win the league with him in the side? Probably.
Yeah. Is he an exceptional player?
But the free kicks he took against Real Madrid were absolute barnstorming free kicks. They weren't clever balls in behind and unlocking a defence in a way that someone like Kevin De Bruyne could do.
Every corner he takes now for Arsenal
on a sixpence,
he's unleashing chaos in that opponent's ball.
Fantastic. He can deliver a dead ball. Are we really... It's like saying to a golfer, oh, he hits a 9-iron really well. That's what they should be able to do. That's what he does. This is his profession. The fact that other people can't do it is more telling about the standards we're prepared to accept in football. He delivers balls in. He delivers them where he should be able to do. That's what he does.
You're just worried about giving Souness a bit of a slap for what he said 3 years ago. In case you meet him again.
I spoke to him last week. I take great delight in making sure that Souness gets shown up in a certain light. You know, but the fact of the matter is, if anyone knows what a midfielder looks like, is Graeme Souness, because he was one of the best of his kind. And at that time, there was no indication from Declan Rice, because all we saw was the information we had in front of us, that he was dragging West Ham forward as a side, and that he was playing sideways and back, almost like a centre-half when he played for England.
But do you now accept that since then, he has now evolved into one of the top midfielders in the world game?
Yes, but I still think the central premise of what Graeme is saying, which is that does he have this clever ball in him, is up for debate. Can he hit a free kick? Can he hit a dead ball? Absolutely. So can James Ward-Prowse.
Simon, come on. Declan is an absolute standout right now in the Premier League.
Because
he is the standout player at the moment in the Premier League. Haaland up front, of course. absolutely.
I think you could. I think,
knocking
I
them
think
in
you,
right,
I
left,
think
and
you could
centre.
look. I could think you could look through the Arsenal team and say there's a lot of standouts in that Arsenal team.
Oh, Gabriel, of course,
including the two centre backs, including the full backs as well.
Yeah.
There's a whole array of them. I wonder how much he'd stand out in a very poor side. The fact that Declan Rice stands out in a good side is a testament to Arsenal being a good side. There's no doubt that Declan Rice is a top quality footballer.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is we're trying to discredit Souness in this conversation.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
And I don't agree with it.
Just before we hit the next break, I'm determined to get this in. On Friday, Sander Berg, the Norwegian, plays for Fulham. On his social media feed, he popped out a video to push ticket sales for the game at home to Wolves. A game they went on to win by 3-0, of course. With seats available on general sale at that point. Here's Sander the salesman.
Fulham fans, hope to see you Saturday at the Cottage. We need your support as always. Buy your tickets if you haven't got one already.
Now, short and sweet it was, but it prompted a bit of backlash from fans who claimed that they were being priced out of attending the match, with tickets in the Riverside stand being listed for the game at 105 quid for adults, young adults 80 quid, 80 quid for seniors 65 and over, that's me, and under 18s at 55 quid.
You'd wheedle a free ticket, so you wouldn't worry about that, would you? So what's the argument here? Are we arguing about the price of the tickets, or are we arguing about a footballer being part of an advertising mechanism?
The latter. Should players be put in a position where they're having to flog tickets?
So when players...
Hi, everyone, you don't want to miss this.
So when players are put in a position where they're flogging the kit, right? They're modelling the kit that they're going to wear in an advertising campaign to get people to buy merchandise.
Don't pull the muscle.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Why
don't the owners do it?
Well, who wants to see a picture of an owner in a football? Who wants to see a picture of an owner in a football kit?
I'm the owner of Fulham. You want to come to our
Can you imagine
game?
Marinakis in a football kit? What kind of sell would you get from that? That'd be a very limited audience that would buy that shirt.
It's a tight fit, but we can do it. 105 quid for adults. What do you think? I mean, it's down to the club, I suppose. And Sander Berg represents his club. Yes.
But the players are assets. Do I think it's a great look? Probably not. But in the great scheme of things, we use footballers for everything is hung on a footballer. Everybody wants to hang their hat on it, whether it's outside brands dressing Jack Grealish and Gucci so no bug ever wants to wear it again, or it's something else to do with some other product, right? So why wouldn't the football club? Yeah. Why is the football club the only thing that's exclusive from being able to use the players as an opportunity? It looks a bit desperate. It looks a bit unnecessary, but when they're moving the argument on to how much the ticket price is on, well, that's a different argument entirely. We all know that there's a real issue around what's happening in football pricing to football fans, but then at the same time, these are the same football fans that go, buy me another £50 million footballer.
Yeah, well, true. 80 quid for seniors, 65 and over. Under 18s, 55. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot.
We've had this conversation about Fulham and their pricing policy. The fans themselves have said how expensive it is with the new stand that's been built.
Yeah, although it is a standout stadium in a beautiful part of the world, right beside the Thames.